just amazing, isn't it? There's absolutely no doubt that they will part ways after what we've heard just there, and that was just terrific what you put together there, Stephen.
Here's the Bulldogs. We do have a game of footy, by the way, tonight, and here's the Bulldogs team, Robert.
Well, we have a look at the Bulldogs lineup. The interesting one, we've put Grant at centre-half back. I think he might play there. He's really been under pressure over the last month or so. He's been struggling up forward. I think he could well play at centre-half back. He has played that position before.
West is out, by the way, a late withdrawal for the Bulldogs.
Yes, and I think Ben Harrison is out as well.
Correct. Here's Carlton as selected.
And the Carlton lineup, well, just a lot of new names there, a lot of youngsters, and that's been one good thing for the Blues, is that experience in this, particularly the second half of the season, has been given to them. Corey McKernan in the ruck is having a terrific season after starting off quite slowly, and full credit to him, but they need players like Lappin and Murphy to hit form tonight.
Cybercoach question for this evening. Here's one for Carlton fans. Should John Elliott be the boss of the Blues in 2003? Get on the mobile phone, A for yes, B for no. The number is 0421 261 011. Should John Elliott be president of Carlton in 2003? Robert Walls, where is Chris Grant playing?
Well, Chris Grant's moved down into the back line, and, well, we got that one right, so he'll line up at centre-half back. It looks like Luke Penny's gone into the forward line. And you see Trent Houghton, number 37 for the Blues. That will be his opponent. There's big Luke Penny, the tall Bulldog. And he'll be playing on Livingston. Wiggins, 34, he's a good player. Wiggins, youngster, he's got a really hard job. He's playing on Nathan Brown, who's been in great form.
And Beaumont is lined up at full forward for the Blues. So, in an effort to try and generate some goal-kicking power, underway here at Colonial Stadium. Darcy beaten by McKernan. Murphy fighting, early free kick. No, it's a ball up.
And the Bulldogs have got Croft back into their defence. They sorely missed him last week when the Doggies played the Demons, and Neitz was in such good form.
Darcy, who's been in outstanding form this season. Not one, though, by Hickmott. McMahon, who was fantastic last week against the Demons. Kick out wide was a poor, and Ange Christou playing game number 150 for the Blues. Has marked at half forward. Chips, loose player, Murphy, who runs to 50. Driving kick towards full forward. Marking contest, Beaumont in front. Well spoiled by Hargrave, so the first score of the evening are behind to the Blues.
And Justin Murphy more than entitled to have a shot for goal there. He ran inside the forward 50 mark. He's a lovely long kick. Just didn't make the distance or have the accuracy at that stage. And Rowan Smith doing the kicking in, one of the better kicks in this Bulldogs team. They're all very good kicks, actually. That's one of their real strengths in the last 12 or 15 games of the season. They've been able to hit targets by foot particularly well.
He goes short to Garlick, whose kick is not that flash. Underneath it is Beaumont, spoilt by Grant. Coming through hard was Cranich, and the umpire will ball it up almost on the wing position.
Amazing team, the Bulldogs. They started off the season with 5 losses. And at the moment, after 20 games, they're the 3rd highest scoring side.
Umpire goes over, much to the amusement of the crowd. Hickmott, the acting skipper for Carlton, puts them back inside 50. Fall of the ball is Cranich, just can't get boot to ball. But here's a chance for Prendergast to Lappin, and he misses. Just to behind. Nevertheless, a nice build-up for the Blues, who are doing the early attacking in this game.
Beaumont there creating a contest. Cranich just didn't have the leg speed. Lappin just not quite the finish. So it's all Carlton in the early stages. Smith taking plenty of time to assess his options. Shocking kick. Now a chance for the Blues. Houlihan, who's dangerous. Spawn, his handball missed the mark, intended for Camporeale. Fletcher, the Blues still a chance. Murphy deep in the pocket. Snaps. He's missed. So 3 opening behinds to Carlton to start this match, which is 3 minutes old. They need to get early goals, Steve, just to get some confidence into this side, you'd think.
Well, the designated kickers for the Doggies are getting some early practice anyway. See if Alvey can do a little bit better. And he can, as he hits Eagleton on the chest. To Garlick. So the Bulldogs going to attack for the first time. There's Bandy. Good mark. Umpires paid it. Daniel Bandy. He's fourth in the AFL this year in marks, so he's doing pretty well as he gives it to Darcy, one of the stars, one of the Brownlow favourites for the Bulldogs, to the full forward area. Franchina, here's a chance for McMahon. It's a tight angle, and like Lappin down the other end, just can't squeeze it through for a goal. So just early moments in this first quarter. It is Carlton 3 behinds, the Bulldogs 1 behind.
Bulldogs interchange bench there. They've got Hahn, Power, Burrs and Brian Harris playing his very first game of AFL, 20-year-old from Adelaide.
Christo kicks in, and the kick is perfect. Thornton. Brett Thornton, just 18 years of age. He's had an impressive debut season for the Blues. Livingston, dangerous kick. Fletcher made it look good. Hits the ground running. Run provided by Christo. He tucks it under the arm. A bounce. What can he set up here? Drives it inside, attacking 50. McKernan, Beaumont. And Simon Beaumont. I can't quite remember the year, Steve, but
I remember the team, and I remember the game was against Collingwood, wasn't it?
8 goals in the first half.
Switch of play there in defence. That was a very risky kick, and Carlton's fortunate they got out of that, but Fletcher quick with the handball across to Ange.
Beaumont kicks the goal. Carlton on the board here at Colonial Stadium. So the Blues get the first goal of the match and lead by 8 points.
And Simon Beaumont there, well, that's a surprise move to see him up in that forward line, but here we see Ange bolting down the wing, and it's a good long kick. Beaumont's opponent, Hargrave, number 33 there, I think he's a bit too slight for the job. He just hasn't got the size, and already Krediuk we see there has been moved across.
So a positive start for Carlton. They lead by 8 points. McKernan gets the tap. Bulldogs get possession. Grant playing centre half back to Dimatina, to Garlick, who goes up the middle. Murphy underneath it. Now Bulldogs rather get the ball to McMahon, to Bandy. Murphy's been prominent early, locked up by Bandy, got rid of the football. Thornton, the teenager, kicks, not all that flash, but finds his designated target in Camporeale. Short to half back, and the kick finds Cranage. So Carlton out of trouble.
Cranage chips to a loose player on the wing. Fletcher. He's got a loose player on down the ground. Houlihan makes position. Another good build-up by the Blues. Drills the pass into Lappin.
Just a beautiful pass that. Lappin had a 10 or 12 metre break on Dimatina, and good to see that he was used. He'll be keen to kick a goal after that early miss on the left foot. 22 goals this season, Matthew Lappin. Now he doesn't go for goal. He kicks short on the lead spawn. Well, Trent Spawn has started in the forward line. He played the first 6 or 7 games of the year. Have a look at him. They're very slight. A lot of these Carlton players. He was playing terrific football. He then had a foot injury and he missed a lot. He missed 12 or 13 weeks, and he's come back into the side. They're giving him an opportunity up forward. Well, 6 games, Rob, is all he's played, and has yet to kick a goal in AFL football. Good opportunity here for a good flying start to Carlton. He can convert. Kick on its way. He's kicked it. Carlton have 2. So the Blues off to a very good start. 2-3 plays 1 behind. Yes, a good start, and good to see a couple of long kicks going into the forward zone. He's a clever player, Matty Lappin. Probably realised he was a bit too far out to kick a goal and just set it up for his teammates, so they're sharing the ball well.
So far, so good for the Blues. They're switched on here tonight. Saturday Night Football, round 21. Eagles and overran it. Good hands by Camporeale. Is that a free kick to Carlton? It is. It's Eccles, advantage paid. Fletcher.
They'll bring it back.
Okay. Coming back to the middle. And Andrew Eccles is the recipient, the former Crow. Now with Carlton. So Eccles right in the middle of Colonial Stadium. That's a good kick, and that's a courageous mark. Running back with a flight of the ball is Houlihan. and he will line up on a slight angle 45 metres out.
And that's exactly what this young fella needs to do. He's got all the talent in the world. He's just got to build the hardness. He's got to do the 1%ers. He's got to do the second and third efforts, the repeat efforts, and that's a good sign for him. Be great if he could finish it off with a goal.
Only 20 years of age, Ryan Houlihan's kicked 15 goals in his 16 matches this year. Long run up. Slight angle, as I said. Kicks from about 48 metres out. Close to the man on the mark. Is it good enough? He likes it. Does the goal umpire like it? He does. It's a goal. Third to Carlton. So 3-3 plays one behind, and they've been caught napping, the Western Bulldogs.
Well, they have, and I think full credit to Wayne Britton and the Carlton coaching staff. Beaumont starting at full forward, and we see Prendergast at centre half forward. They've got Spawn playing on the half forward flank. Just a few things there that Terry Wallace wouldn't have expected.
So here's Houlihan's kick, and the goal umpire wasn't in the best posse. But he did well, he got it right. He got it right, that's the main thing.
Johnson kick, smothered, straight to Camporiali. Blues into attack again. Spawn was pushed in the back to Eccles. Now a chance. Camporiali on the left foot from 35. Kicks it goalward. The leaving mark taken by Croft. Right on the goal line. Grant makes position at half back. Western Bulldogs looking for a big game from their captain, Garlick. Just need to steady the ship here, the Western Bulldogs. They've been overrun in the early part, and that's a poor kick from Garlick. Boundary throw-in on the wing.
Interesting, last week the Bulldogs played the Demons. It was a crackerjack game, and the Demons were as flat as a tack today, and maybe the Bulldogs are a bit flat too, realising that after losing last week they can't play finals footy.
McKernan the tap, Fletcher to Houlihan. Gets away. Carlton build once again to half forward. Hickmott takes the mark, too far out to score. He's got players streaming down the ground. He decides to go long into space. Can Beaumont get there? It should be a free kick.
It is.
Beaumont's got it. He'll be lining up for Carlton's fourth and his second, and they have well and truly asleep the Western Bulldogs. Let's not take anything away from the Blues, though. They've started really well.
Well, just makes you wonder, Rob, about Beaumont just creating that option up forward, because he really has looked dangerous and has brought other players in around him.
He's got a nice turn of speed, and particularly playing from the goal square as a full forward. On the lead, he will be hard to cover.
Simon Beaumont's got one. He stabs at it. That's a goal. He's got two. Blues got four. So we've only been going 11 minutes, and it's Carlton 4-3-27. The Bulldogs are behind.
And the pleasing thing is that they've been looking to bring each other into the game. And again, you know, no just rushed ball forward. That's a nice little pass there. Livingston to find Hickmott, and then Hickmott puts the ball out in front of the leading Beaumont. So they're trying to bring each other into the action.
Eccles has been a very good player as well. So the Blues off to a flyer here at Colonial Stadium. They lead by 26 points.
Yes, and Terry Wallace has put Nathan Brown and Brad Johnson in at that centre bounce, so he's got his big guns in there. They started down in the goal square expecting plenty of ball to come their way. Well, it hasn't happened. 12 minutes in, it's been all Carlton, so the Bulldogs coach realises I better get Johnson in there and Nathan Brown. They are the quality players in the side.
Brad Johnson, a very quiet week last week against the Demons. Looking for a big one tonight. Darcy. Chance for Eagleton. Murphy just crashes his way through. Great stuff. Out wide. Now a chance for Wiggins. Kick towards Houghton. Can't take the mark. Smith a chance to mop up. The Carlton are playing very good football. They turn it over. Cranage. Loose players. Houghton, can he get it on? He can. Wiggins can't clip it in. Boundary throwing. With great pressure from the Carlton forwards, causing their turnover.
Yeah, well, Rowan Smith was bolting out of the back line, and his handball was deflected. And you have a look at that. They are just putting plenty of pressure on there, the Blues. It was young Sam Cranage who got a hand on it.
So throw in. Houghton tried to pinch it. Couldn't do so. And it's a bit of a stalemate here. Now eventually comes free Cranage. Tackled, but got boot to ball. Beaumont. That's a free kick to Crediuk. Yep, in the back.
Set on his back. But Carlton certainly looking after each other. Have a look at that inside 50. Carlton have taken 4 marks inside their forward 50 now. There's been some games this year where Carlton haven't taken 4 marks for the entire match inside their 50-metre arc.
So the Bulldogs work the ball out. This is Gilby. Switches to Crediuk. Now Grant provides the lead. Gets away from his opponent in Prendergast. Grant forced to go quickly to Burse.
He did pretty well in the end, Shane Burse, under pressure. Just got it to the line.
Yes, and have a look at the kick of Burse. It's an end over end. It's a bit of a grubber type kick. I don't know if we'll see it there, but he knew what he was doing and he did it particularly well.
Darcy.
Just going to say too strong in the ruck work for Houghton, but the umpire reckons he gave a push a bit too early or in the back.
So Houghton drills it long. Well done by Crediuk to get the front position against Beaumont. Did it nicely, the defender, and takes the mark, but it's a great smother. There's a 1%er that the coaches love. That was by Prendergast. Well done by Spoor to keep it in play. Now taps it back to Prendergast. That's a free kick to Eccles.
He's been good early, Eccles. 5th possession. Lappin kicks inside, attacking 50 up. McKernan can't take it. Now a chance for Wiggins. Brad Johnson just got him off balance. Well played. He's able to pick the elusive ball up. Hahn. Great. Crashed into by Franchina. Too high. And that would have hurt.
It certainly just stopped him in his tracks, didn't it? Let's have a look at this.
Just a bit careless from Franchina because...
8 weeks for that in rugby league.
Well, Carlton didn't need to do it. The Bulldogs now swing into attack. Well played, Livingston. Work to the front and should get a free kick and does. Just work to the front there.
A little bit surprised the Bulldogs have got Penny playing up forward. I think he's basically a defender at this time in his career.
Prendergast marks the Christo kick. Turns. Houghton. Darcy at the back. Now a chance for Grant. Plenty of time and space at halfback. Use the ball effectively. He does. Pinpoints it. Hargrave, who runs from the back line. Kick towards half forward. Bandy over his head. Now a chance for Penny. Livingston did well. Christo has been fantastic. Eccles. Loose players on the wing for the Blues. Murphy. He's got a couple inside. Hickmott just got there. Carlton have looked extremely impressive. Prendergast, who thumps it long. McKernan on the lead.
And Michael, what about the roar of the Carlton fans? 4 weeks into the season, you didn't hear it, and now he's their hero.
He really has been their key player, Corey McKernan. Had a great week last week. 15 possessions, 8 marks and 4 goals. Chance now from 50. It's a thumping kick. Another one to Carlton. So Corey McKernan gets on the board and the Blues have 5.
Well, just a terrific start. Look, they've just been attacking the ball and moving it on pretty quickly. A long kick there into the forward 50. That's the 5th mark they've taken inside that forward 50 area, and just picked their confidence up, and they're feeling pretty good. Eccles in at the centre bounce. And I'm pleased to see Andrew Eccles playing well. I reckon he's a good player, premiership player from Adelaide a few years back, and been dogged with injury since.
Well, we thought it might be a one-sided night tonight, but maybe in the Bulldogs' favour, but well done to the Blues. They've shocked everyone. Can they keep it going? That's going to be the big question. Murphy for the Doggies on the Doug Hawkins wing. Centering kick. Carlton desperate. Garlick to Hargrave. Back to Murphy. Into the middle. He was looking for Grant, but an interception to Prendergast. What can he do? He's got a loose man in Corey McKernan, who marks directly in front. 35 metres out. For Carlton 6th. It's a rout.
Well, it was just a terrific intercept, and we'll see it coming up here. Prendergast took that mark and then was able to finish it off. Another mark inside the forward 50, but the Bulldogs, they're being pressured into error.
35 goals this season to McKernan. You make it 36 as the Blues get another one at Colonial.
Can they make the 8?
6-3, plays one behind. This is sensational stuff from the Blues.
And we'll see, they go back before they go forward. Murphy decides to square the ball in the centre corridor. That is a very, very risky kick. And when it doesn't come off, as you see there, it just opens up the opposition to stream through. And they caught the Bulldogs out on the rebound.
Nathan Brown has not had a possession in the last 15 minutes. One of the key players in this Western Bulldog outfit. Again, the Blues go forward. Camporeale in front. Well played by Gilby. The Bulldogs are just under constant pressure. No clear way through. Johnson for one of his rare possessions. What can he set up? Good chase from Franchini. Drills the pass in low. Again, the Blues. Livingston. Links over the top. Smith on the ground. Camporeale. Lappin. Now Christo, they're running. They're all running, the Carlton players. Well, he stopped there. Handball back. Eccles, who's been outstanding in the early part. Cranage. Good fist coming from Hargrave. And just the Western Bulldogs getting numbers across their half-back line. Christo looked up, Rob, and there wasn't much to kick to.
No, there wasn't. And we see Smith doing the ruck work for the Blues. That means that McKernan can now go forward. So they've got the tall target up forward now.
The ball close to the line and over on the full. So a Carlton free kick to come to Eccles. Eccles, possession number 8. No, Franchina.
So Carlton lead by 38 points.
He's got Corey McKernan as the long option here. Should go for him.
McKernan's the target. Was it a free kick? It is. McKernan's got the free, and he'll be lining up for goal number 3.
And part of the reason for the free kick is that Croft realises that McKernan's physically just too big for him. He is a big, strong man, and Croft interfered as McKernan was going for that mark. And that often happens when a smaller player realises that the bigger bloke, I've just got to get a bit of touch and try to unbalance him.
Corey McKernan has kicked 2 for goal number 3. It's on its way. It's home. 7 goals to the Blue Baggers. And nothing but headaches for the Western Bulldogs. 20 and a half minutes gone first quarter. 45 plays 1. It's unbelievable.
Well, they're just moving the ball so efficiently inside their attacking 50. They're direct, and Carlton fans will be asking, why has it taken so long?
Only 21 weeks.
Well, the Blues are taking it out of the centre as well, and that is so important. They've been leading the clearances 4-1 at this stage, and McKernan up again.
Unbelievable start, centre square infringement. Western Bulldogs way.
Yeah, and an infringement on the line. Carlton player got in too early.
Darcy, what an understatement to say the Bulldog need a goal. He thumps it long. Can Penny take a mark? No, but Brown can. Just sitting at the back, Nathan Brown. And Brown coming up for his first possession. 21 and a half minutes in first term. You can't blame him too much, Rob,
no,
because the ball just hasn't been inside the attacking 50 for the Western Bulldogs.
Well, just a mass of players, and Nathan Brown judged it the best of all. He's their leading goal kicker this season. He's kicked 46 goals.
He's had a great year. Comes in and pops it through. So the Western Bulldogs finally register their first goal. It's taken them 22 minutes. The margin back to 38 points.
Well, they certainly needed that one, didn't they? And Wiggins, he will torment him. Have a look at there. He just pushes off. And just got lost in the bodywork.
He's a very clever player.
Yeah.
No question about that.
Yeah, well, he just read the flight of the ball so very well. But Carlton have been really dominating these centre clearances.
So the Doggies get there first. But they're still 38 points behind. Back in the middle. Darcy did it nicely. Dimatina. Gang tackle. Threw it out. Now Carlton go back into attack. Spawn against Gilby. Can Spawn trap it? Oh, well done by Gilby. That's a party trick. Smith couldn't control it. Now Hickmott for Carlton. Fletcher. Good pressure from the Bulldogs defence, but Hargrave spills it. Now Houlihan back inside 50. Bulldogs had the numbers. McKernan did well to create the contest. Spills back to Spawn, to Cranich, onto the left. It's a snap from 40. It's another one for Carlton. Sam Cranich gets his first. And the third goal of his career. And it's Carlton, 8 goals, 3, playing the Western Bulldogs 1-1.
Have a look at the work of Corey McKernan here. Just a deflection. Bulldogs everywhere. He just is able to hit that ball back into the path of 2 or 3 of his Carlton teammates. And Sam Cranich has the confidence to carry it onto his left side, kick with his left foot, and put it through.
Unbelievable start by the Blues. Kernan up too early, had Darcy a chance. Beaumont arrived very quickly. So the Blues have restructured. Murphy now playing out of the goal square. Hickmott playing about 25 metres from his attacking goal. And Corey McKernan now drifting back inside attacking 50. Smith, Cranich dives on the football, ties it up. Another bounce. So the interesting part of the Carlton puzzle is just how they've used Beaumont, who's now playing in the midfield. Smith. Johnson at the base of the pack. A chance for Smith. Little toe poke forward. Gian Siracusa hasn't seen much of it. Cranich, Beaumont, now a chance. Murphy on the lead. Just didn't have the carry. Gilby works it to the line. The Bulldog defence is really being tested at the present time.
Yes, and it looks like Penny might have been shifted into the Bulldog defence. He's picked up Prendergast. He's in the defensive 50 for the Dogs.
Boundary throw in. Darcy works to the front, makes a contest. Gilby hard up against the line, and again just coolly takes it over. Leading possession winners for the Blues. Eccles with 8, Cranich and Fletcher with 6, and for the Bulldogs, Garlick has 5.
Player rankings, it's all Carlton, isn't it? McKernan, Eccles, Cranich and so on. They're hot. This is the best quarter they've probably played for the year.
Johnson tackled by Cranich. Murphy. And we'll have a throw in. 50 metres out from the Blues goal. That is not a mistake on your screen. It's 51 playing 7. It has been a magnificent start by Carlton. Can they get another one? Smith did well. Ducking the head was Johnson. Now Spawn from the boundary line around the body. And it's marked in the back pocket by Grant.
Grant's been moved on to Corey McKernan, and that's a good move because Grant's got the size to go with McKernan. Croft was undersized. Croft's been moved up into the forward line. Penny's come back into defence.
Pretty stagnant, the Dogs. So Grant is forced to kick long to a 2-on-1 contest. But doing the roving nicely was Dimatina. Bangs it on the left. Back of the pack lurking was Fletcher. Well done by Thornton. And now the Bulldogs win the ball, or do they? Another turnover. Christou in his 150th to Camporeale on the Doug Hawkins wing to half forward. Wasn't a great kick to Beaumont. Garlick gets in there.
Just scrapping well the Blues, aren't they? Look at that. Not pretty, but effective. And 2 or 3 Carlton players on top of the Bulldog.
Croft off, and Brian Harris comes on for the Bulldogs for his first run in football.
He's a big lad too. Number 36 for the Doggies, heading towards the goal square.
There he is, 20 years of age. 7th player to debut this year for the Western Bulldogs, as there is a free kick here, and it's going Carlton's way.
Smith, Camporeale, Lappin. They've all been busy, the Blues forwards.
Chris Grant's turned his back on the play. All he's doing is looking at McKernan. They're going to go long to the big fella.
Grant now has eyes for the football. Miss with the punch. Ball at ground level. Gilby again works it towards the line. Hargrave takes it over.
Contested possessions. Carlton 32. They're just getting in, and I've got the numbers. They're working so much harder. Boundary throw, and Smith up high, gets it down. Athletic, wasn't it? This big, tall fella, number 11 for Carlton, came from the Kangaroos, only played a handful of senior games, but the beauty of him is that it means that McKernan can go forward.
Just on that one, you were talking about Grant turning his back on play, Robert. When you were a forward and someone did that to you, are they just looking at you? Do you think you had them won?
Oh, yeah.
Had them beaten?
Yeah, you move one way, they react, then you can cut back.
Yeah.
Boundary throw in. So just the tempo just quietened off a little bit in the last couple of minutes after the Blues bombarded the Western Bulldogs. 8 goals to 1 in this opening quarter. Still time for the Blues to register a 9th goal. Smith being competitive in the ruck. Hickmott concedes some ground dangerously. Lappin there though. Beaumont, who started up forward, kicked a couple of goals, now playing in the midfield, wobbles it towards Mansfield, who started on the bench. Mansfield, which way will McKernan go? He goes back to the goal square. Thumping kick, Cranage, McKernan. They can't take it. Creddy, oh, brilliantly done in the end. Johnson just handballs recklessly towards the boundary line. Murphy, can he keep it in? No. Another boundary throw in. Well, it's been all Carlton. They've locked the ball in their forward half. Searching for their 9th goal of this opening term.
Saw Chris Grant play last week as a forward. He really did struggle, and I think it's not a bad idea to play him across the half-back line for the remaining 2 guns that the Doggies have got.
Cleverly done by Darcy, but Franchina holds it up for Carlton at half-back. Camberreale slipped at the crucial moment, puts him under the pump. Good pick-up, though, by Thornton. Mops up nicely. And a good kick, too, as he spots up Houlihan. So we're nearing the 30-minute mark of the first quarter. Can they pinch another one, the Blues? Lappin. Handballs backwards to Murphy, who's been prominent in this first quarter. Good give to Lappin. Now he winds up, he's looking for McKernan. Got to be a free kick, has to be, to McKernan. As the vantage is paid, no, it's coming back. But Corey McKernan will line up for goal number 4 and Carlton's 9th of the first quarter. No doubt about the free.
Yeah, and you can see Chris Grant didn't have any eyes for the football. And as soon as you take your eyes off the ball, you are in trouble. He's got to have touch on his opponent, but also keep his eyes on the ball so he can attack it, either to mark it or get a fist on it. But as soon as you take your eyes off it and you're hell-bent on just harassing your opponent, you can get into trouble. And isn't it nice for Carlton to have this fella up forward as their tall option, because young Smith's able to do the ruck work.
McKernan's got 3. And he has threaded it through. So what a sensational opening quarter for not only that man, Corey McKernan, but Carlton. They've got 9. It's 9-3-57, playing 1-1-7. And what a story Corey McKernan is. He was about as low as any footballer could ever get earlier this year, Michael Christian. Well, and he's turned it around in the space of about 3 months.
Well, the last 3 or 4 years, Steve, I think he's really struggled. And the start of the year, he started off that way. But as you said, he has turned it around unbelievably. And his confidence is sky high. And what an impact he's had.
Well, you can see their eyes are off the ball. And then after that, it's a bit of a headlock. And has to be a free kick. And this is Smith, the tall, skinny fella. They won't let him do too many centre bounces. He might snap in half. So they've got Corey McKernan in there. And as soon as the ball is bounced, you'll see McKernan push the forward line and Smith will take up the around-the-ground ruck work.
Darcy, wide of the centre circle. Fletcher, who's been in good touch as well. He's had 6 possessions in this opening quarter, Simon Fletcher. Eccles, Lappin and Camberreale, 8 apiece.
And you can see Smith's pushed up from centre-half forward. He'll do the ruck work.
Well, that is without question the most outstanding quarter of football produced by Carlton this year. 9-3-57, plays 1-1-7, and the star was Corey McKernan, who kicked 4, Robert Walls.
Oh, he was just terrific, Steve. He was just terrific. But look, they had contributions from everyone. They are pretty happy. You can just see that there's great excitement there. And good on Wayne Britton, because I reckon he stood firm right through what's been a pretty tough season.
The Blues are pumped, and why wouldn't they be? They lead by 50 at quarter time.
Sunday, Collingwood and St Kilda. The Saints are playing for pride, and the Pies for points. Another battle of the team. Sunday, right here on Fox Footy Channel.
The new Nissan Navara Turbo Diesel is not only the most powerful in its class, but with a massive 110 kilowatts of power, it's far and away the most powerful in its class. Which is a good thing, because when it comes to hard work, there's always more to be done. No worries.
Having trouble keeping up with the Joneses? Win our beach house and you could blow them away forever. Are you ready for our biggest competition ever?
Now's the time to upgrade to Fox Footy Channel for 2003. Call 131-999 and not only will you save $80 with our advance pass, you'll get the rest of this season free. Plus, Foxtel subscribers who upgrade by September 15 will be in the running to win 3 box seats at this year's AFL Grand Final. Now that's something to shout about. So give us a yell now on 131-999.
Inside 50, Bulldogs had the numbers. McKernan did well to create the contest. Spills back to Sport, to Kranich, onto the left. It's a snap from 40. It's another one for Carlton. This is not a dream. This is the real thing. Carlton, 9-3-57. Bulldogs, 1-1-7 at quarter time. McKernan was the standout with 4 goals.
Stephen,
it is unbelievable.
Great stuff though if you're a Carlton fan, not if you're a Dog supporter.
We've just had a quick check, and that 9-3 is not the best quarter that Carlton's had this year. They kicked 9-3 in round 16. It was the second quarter against St Kilda, and they lost the game. So they're not home yet.
And Carlton fans, Rob, would be asking what happened in the first 20 rounds.
Yes, well, didn't they play some attacking football? They just got the ball into that forward 50 really quickly. They didn't go sideways and hang on to the ball with those short passes, which they've tended to do a bit this year. And they had a couple of targets. Beaumont in the first 10 or 15 minutes.
6-1 inside 50, the marks.
Yeah, and after that, of course, Corey McKernan.
Just kept on taking them, didn't they, in that first term?
And around the ball, they were really desperate. And I've got to be honest, some of the Bulldogs players, they didn't look as keen as Carlton, and their chases were half-hearted. And I'm sure Terry Wallace has had a lot to say. Player
rankings, no surprise, Corey McKernan. No surprise, the first 5 are all Carlton players. In fact, only 1 Bulldog in the top 10 as we go to Jared Waitley. And Jared, just a wild guess, but I'm tipping that Terry Wallace may not have been too pleased with that quarter.
Yeah, not overly caught as he came straight out and moved the players about 10 paces away from all the support staff and just let them know his thoughts rather forcefully on how they'd played the first quarter. To give you the contrast, the Carlton players, after Wayne Britton's left the huddle just moments ago, they've come together as one. They made a pact during the week. They finished last week's game 6 goals to 2 in the last quarter, that they would carry that form on, and certainly playing with great togetherness tonight.
So we start this second quarter. Carlton lead by 50 points. The game's not over by a long shot as McKernan starts it like he finished the first. Taps it to Murphy, who kicks it to the 50. Lappin. What can he create? Gives it back to Murphy. He's got some space here. Murphy lines up for goal number 10, and he's got it! 10 goals to Carlton. Murphy gets his first. And 10-3-63 plays 1-1-7. The margin, 56 points.
And all started at the centre bounce. It was Corey McKernan who hit it to Murphy. Murphy got the kick forward. There was a bit of a contest there. Lappin, he was sharp enough to see Murphy follow through from the centre square heading towards goal. Got the good handball out to him. And Murphy is one of the better kicks in the AFL. He was never going to miss that.
Great start to this second term by the Blues. 56 points their lead. Beaumont started this term at full forward. Garlick out of the centre. Houlihan, little slip, quickly to his feet. Thornton, Houlihan.
I think he thought that the
free kick to the Western Bulldogs.
Threw it. I think he thinks the umpire paid a throw. That's disappointing for the Blues because they were ready to rebound off half-back.
The umpire was in the perfect position.
Let's have a look at it.
Did he get it right, though?
Oh,
gee, that's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, very tough.
Right.
Well, Mark Alvey has a chance.
Kicked 16 this year.
He has, so he's been a pretty good player from 45 metres. Great look at it from behind the goal. It's home. So the Bulldogs have their second. So perhaps a lucky free kick coming the Western Bulldogs' way, but they do get their second and bring the margin back to 50 points. As we see the replay again, and a good finish from Mark Albie, who was a pretty good player last week for the Bulldogs against the Demons. And a desperately needed goal for the Western Bulldogs.
Free kick.
It was, absolutely. They need all the breaks they can get.
Darcy's changed his position here. He's swung right around.
So a very lucky goal to the Bulldogs. Boy, they needed it though, as Johnson kicks it only as far as Lappin, who slipped over at the crucial moment. Soccer by Houlihan. Alvey leads the race for the footy. He's put it out on the full, has he? He has. So free kick to Carlton. And the ball's coming back to Houlihan.
I actually think Houlihan's started this second quarter playing on the half-back flank. And again, I think that's terrific. You know, most of his games have been played as a half-forward winger. Good for him to learn defensive responsibilities.
Kicked into the man on the mark. He might get it back here, Houlihan. Looks like he's almost spent. Managed to get it to Cambriali, who doesn't panic, and he finds his acting captain in Hickmott. Back to Cambriali. Now Christou has found some space. He takes the mark. Woof, says the crowd as he goes to half forward. Eccles to Murphy. Carlton build again. Murphy into the pocket. Beaumont couldn't take it. Prendergast unloaded by Grant. We'll have a throw in.
Gee, that's 100 kilograms hitting you when Chris Grant comes in. That was a great tackle.
And Prendergast got straight up. Beaumont unlucky there not to have got a free kick. Oh, gee.
Bang.
That should have been a free kick to the Blues. McKernan. A little indecisive. Didn't know whether to pick it up. Garlick, Grant. Emerges from the congestion.
Yeah, well done.
Dimatina. Well played by Murphy. Put the pressure on. Support from John. Hickmott did brilliantly. Just pushed Johnson off the ball. Murphy is desperate. Great stuff. Christou thumps it long. Smith, oh, misjudged it completely. He was the only player within 5 metres. Now Murphy. Plenty of poise, great skills. Gilby has got it at a half-back for the Bulldogs. Gee, Lindsay Smith just completely misjudged that ball coming in.
Just went right under it, didn't he?
That would have been a golden opportunity. Darcy loose at centre half-back.
Good switch of play there.
Run provided by Murphy. Drills the pass. Lappin will cut it off. No, not quite, but the Blues have numbers. Back inside their defensive 50.
9 disposals of Christou. He's playing a really good game.
Livingston gets it to Cranage. Fletcher's loose. Gee, that was barely the required distance, but loose players inside. Eccles, who's been outstanding. Fletcher. Hickmott breaks for him. Grant going back and takes a good relieving mark. The captain.
So Chris Grant has decided to lead from the front here. Someone needed to put their hand up. He's taking control across half-back. But is the kick good enough? And he just comes off to Croft.
Daniel Bandy desperately needs to get into the game for the Bulldogs. He's at centre half forward. He hasn't had a kick.
Eagleton. Driving kick. Looking for that man Bandy. Did he keep his feet? He did. He did it well. Handball to Dimatina was also clever on his wrong side, but he has a stab anyway. Oh. That is a magnificent goal. Superb skills from Paul Dimatina. Right on the boundary line on his wrong side, and he made it look easy. So is this the start of the Bulldogs run? 10-3 plays 3-1.
Well, the big man Bandy needs to get into the game, and he did that particularly well. He was able to recover. He's 200 centimetres tall and very agile for a player of that height. Got the handball to Dimatina, and on his left boot from the boundary line, he put it through. I don't think he would have kicked many better goals than that in his AFL career.
Just his 8th goal for the season. Dimatina, and the 47th of his career, which spans 109 games.
Jordan Doring in picture there on the bench for the Blues.
Darcy decisively down to Garlick, who's wrapped up. The Bulldogs have kicked the last 2 goals. So they can string 4 or 5 in succession. They'll be right back in this game. Garlic, Camporeale, getting acquainted. Bounce, Darcy, Eagleton, Mrs. Johnson, wobbles it inside, attacking 50, Bandy, Thornton did well. Well, taken high was Harris. Houlihan did very, very well. Read it off hand superbly. Gets it to Fletcher. They work it pretty well, the Blues. Eccles, Lappin,
11 disposals.
To Fletcher. Murphy will need to go. Lappin commits his body, so did Burse, and we'll get a bounce on the wing.
Andrew Eccles playing particularly well on the wing for the Blues. He's had 11 disposals. And the Bulldog bench, Hahn, Power, McMahon and Luke Penny.
Margin, 44 points. Houghton, Garlic a chance. Needs support with some run. Grant Orr needed to get rid of it quickly and did. Croft had to stretch, pumps it inside, attacking 50, over the head of Bandy. Livingston did well to come and meet the football. Brown, slick handball at close quarters. Johnson, Franchina. No play onto the call, and then he took the mark. Needs to get it through, and eventually they work it over through Camporeale.
Just sense that the Bulldogs have lifted. They are certainly matching it with Carlton as we're about 8-9 minutes into this second quarter.
Camporeale finds Christo in the back pocket, as we mentioned a couple of times. His 150th game. It's taken him a long time. All-Australian back in 1995. Shocking back injury. Admitted at one stage he almost contemplated ending it all. Now he's back playing in the big time. As Carlton work the ball across the face to Livingston. And the diving mark's taken by Houghton, who's got a player on at half forward. It's Fletcher. He ran hard and it was rewarded. Fletcher onto the left. Good kick. Spawn. Little dish to Camporeale, who runs into trouble. Turnover. Here comes Murphy. He can run right up the middle here, Murphy. He's got a player on wide. He kicks in that direction. Good vision.
Magnificent vision by Murphy. He could have blazed away. Out the corner of his eye, he saw Syracuse pushing into the forward 50, and he was able to just chip that ball into his path. Eagleton's tackle from behind on Camporeale, and that's what caused the turnover. And I do sense that the Doggies are getting back into the game.
So Daniel Syracuse will line up on a slight angle for about 45 out, 20 goals in his 20 games this season. So he knows where the goals are. It's a good looking kick. And he has nailed it. So the Bulldogs get 3 of the first 4 goals of this second term, and they are back in the hunt. 10-3 plays, 4 goals, 2 at the 10-minute mark of this second term.
Just such a bad turnover because Carlton were looking dangerous going forward, Rob.
Yeah, it just opens the whole field of play up. And again, we saw Murphy. He started the game on the half-back flank, then went forward. Now is back on the half-back flank.
So the Bulldogs with the last 3 goals of the game work their way back into it. Darcy, McKernan just hacks it forward. Well played by Murphy. Good spawn off balance. He's got a lot of poise, Robert Murphy. Draws the play. Cooley gets it to Smith. The Bulldogs lifting. Sweeping handball. Eagleton. Gilby out wide. Can he use the ball? He can. Great kick. Oh, fantastic. Mark taken by Harris. Brian Harris in his first game. Strong hands in front of his face.
Very impressive mark this. It's his first game of AFL football. Not easy to take a mark running hard at it with someone right behind you, and then it just sticks in the hands as that one did.
It's his first kick in league football.
Well, can he join that illustrious group?
Is that a handball?
There's a great look at what confronts him. Well, he doesn't get there. Blue defence, punch it over the boundary line. John Elliott, well,
needs a win, doesn't he?
He needs a win.
when he had a win during the week.
Yeah.
The Western Bulldogs deep in their attacking zone. Darcy and McKernan. Johnson over the top. All scrambles at goal. Livingston got an arm there just to prevent it going any further. Christou. Camporiali brings it back dangerously, but had no other option. Christou. Camporiali again. Cranage marks on the wing.
It's got Corey McKernan inboard. He hasn't seen him.
G. Fletcher's run hard this quarter. Takes the mark. Into the pocket. Hickmott gets back there. Almost the diving mark taken by Beaumont. Hargrave sees it. So no, he doesn't see it safely over the line. Keeps it in play. That's risky. Now the Bulldogs work it out. Here's Smith. Puts the foot on the gas. Good kick to Eagleton. Plays on to Alvey, the no-looker. Bit too fancy. Turnover. Houlihan. Can he get some support? He can't. He gets his own handball. Magnificent play as he goes short to Eccles. As the Blues build again into the 50, it's Spawn. Second grab takes the mark.
I think we put two stats down for Ryan Houlihan there, don't we? Handball and kick.
Handball and a handball received.
And again, good play by Eccles to set that up.
So
Spawn needs to go back here and kick the goal.
Well, they do need a goal, even though they're well in front. It's been a 3-goal to 1 second term, and Carlton need to get one just to get the balance back.
45-degree angle, about 52 metres out from goal. He got one in the first quarter. To the tip of the goal square. Hickmott!
Too easy.
In front. And there were no real Bulldog spoilers, were there, Robert?
No, have a look at that. It could have been Houghton. It could have been Hickmott. It was Hickmott in the end.
Houghton did extremely well just to protect his back.
Well, the Bulldog ruckman was Daniel Bandy. He's changed in the ruck with Darcy. Bandy's responsibility to be back there to get a fist on that.
And the acting captain gets his first. Carlton 11 goals 3. The Bulldogs are 4 goals 2. The margin is back out to 43 points.
He's playing a good game, Houlihan, on that half-back line. And
he fooled Eagleton there, didn't he?
I think he fooled himself. That Spawn's long kick to a dangerous spot, and you can see the Carlton players lining up, and Hargrave, one of the smaller Bulldogs, is the only one there. But they didn't do that well.
So the Blues break a streak of 3 goals to the Bulldogs. Smith wrapped up. Secondary bounce. There's no question the Bulldogs have lifted their level of intensity in the last 10 minutes. Carlton, such a valuable lead. McKernan, who's been outstanding, scraps it towards half forward. Prendergast keeps in front. Well played. Hickmott's desperate. Cranage can't get boot the ball. He can eventually. Push out, no free kick. Bounce, centre half forward for the Blues. What's going on after the whistle was blown? Adrian Hickmott at the base of the pack.
Well, Darcy didn't have much of a spell in the ruck. I reckon he had about 3 minutes. He went to the forward line, let Bandy do the ruck work, and now he's called himself back on.
Punch forward by Eccles. Hickmott can't control it. Burse sockers it back into the dangerous spot. Ricochets off legs. Burse going in hard again. To give away a free kick? No. And the Carlton fans just appreciating the effort their players are putting in tonight. They're locking the ball in their attacking 50 like they haven't all year. Simon Fletcher, been a good player. Now free kick, which way will it go? The Western Bulldogs, Luke Darcy.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs have put Nathan Brown into the action. You just see he's just pulled around the neck there by McKernan. But Nathan Brown is one who's only had the one kick. He kicked a goal in the first quarter. But Terry Wallace realises he's just got to get him into the thick of it. But wherever Brown goes, Wiggins follows.
Darcy finds Croft. And he kicks to the leading Johnson. Didn't take the mark. Franchina did well. Murphy somehow found a teammate. But here's Lappin. showing great resolve. He's looking for Spawn, but he's a real likely type. He'll take the mark on this occasion. 43 points. The Blues lead, and we've been going 17 minutes in the second quarter as Hargrave sits down for a break. Throw in. And we'll have a ball up. The major goal scorers in the match so far for Carlton, 4 to McKernan, 2 to Beaumont. The 4 goal scorers for the Bulldogs are all singles, obviously. 4-2 plays 11-3. Bandy?
Yeah, Bandy will be too tall for Houghton. Houghton's doing the ruck work at the moment to enable McKernan to go back to the goal square.
And we got a ball up on the Carlton draft logo, which means we're smack bang on the Doug Hawkins wing here at Colonial Stadium. Round 21. Carlton with just 2 wins for the season. In a good position here to register their 3rd. Houlihan's been excellent. Wobbles one towards half forward. Spawn, almost. Hovering over the top of him is Gilby. Well, another bounce down.
Trent, Spawn has been fantastic.
Yeah, there's big Corey. He's just waiting for some quality ball to come his way. His confidence is right up.
Gian Siracusa through the air. Albie, it might have been pushed in the back. No free kick. Hickmont just can't gather the elusive ball between his legs. Another bounce. Scott Camporeale also in the goal square. Garlic with the job on the Carlton midfielder. Houghton and Bandy share that. Wiggins going nowhere, so another bounce. Not a bad crowd in here, Colonial Stadium. And
there's Brad Johnson. He's playing centre-half forward. Franchina, his opponent. You see there's a bit of height difference, and particularly in the air, Johnson's very good overhead. If the Bulldogs should get some decent ball to Johnson, he should be able to beat Franchina on the lead in the marking contest. At ground level, Franchina will certainly make it hard for him.
Burst, power, thumps at the half forward, Hickmont. Just drifted across the pack. Lappin breaks for him, marks on the wing. Carlton going to attack again, Wiggins. He's run from half back.
Well, that's a real plus for the Blues because Wiggins is playing on Nathan Brown.
He thumps along. McKernan in front. He's got it. Too much reach, height and strength on that occasion for Croft. And Carlton, for one of the rare times in this term, have been able to get the ball down quickly into the path of McKernan, and when they do, his hands have been so short, and an opportunity to kick his 5th.
Carlton supporters have got the chant going, Corey, 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 so he's won them over.
He certainly has. One of the big positives out of this year for the Blues. He comes in. He may have just missed. So behind only to the Blues. Margin out to 44 points.
A lot of rotation on the benches from both teams at the moment. As Lindsay Gilby prepares to bring it back in. 70 plays 26. We've been going 21 minutes in the second quarter. Gilby gives it to Johnson. Almost outsmarted himself. He still might, but Gilby wins it back. Now he goes to the other back pocket. And finds credit. That's a penetrating kick to Eagleton, who kept his feet. Gathers. Looking for some support. Round the corner, the kick's clever. And he finds Brad Johnson. Now Johnson's off and running. He too shows great acceleration. That's a great kick to half forward. This is Hahn, who's just come on after a break. He drills it long. And it's off to the right. So it's 11-5. In fact, my apologies, it's 11-4. Playing 4 goals 3.
Justin Murphy spent most of this second quarter playing across the half-back line. So Wayne Britton certainly chopped and changed his side. You've seen a lot of things that you wouldn't expect. Houlihan playing on the half-back line, Beaumont at full forward.
Kick comes to Burse, Brown, point of the square, thumping kick to the goal square. Livingston, the only player there who's played well tonight for the Blues. Houlihan, who's been fantastic. Possession number 13 for Ryan Houlihan. Now, he hasn't got much on offer. That's what confronts him. Now, dangerously kicks across the ground, but loose player is Franchina, who turned around just in time. Thumps it high to half forward. Grant in good position with the fist. Camporeale front and centre. He's got no support. Now it's there through Lappin. He's got nowhere to go. Should be penalised. Oh, gee. Well might the Western Bulldog fans be disappointed with that. Brad Johnson just gives Lappin a little push into the turf as he gets up. There's Camporeale in trouble. To Lappin, he tries to backstep and should be penalised.
Yes, he should have been.
Brown coming off for the Bulldogs.
And Wiggins with him.
Burse ducks the head. Camporeale, brilliant interception. Runs to 45. And can he finish? No. Gee, that would have put the house down. Behind only to Carlton.
Young Wiggins has done a terrific job on Nathan Brown. Brown's only had the 3 disposals, 1 goal in the first half.
Smith to Croft from the kick in. We've had a couple of boil-overs already in round 21. This is another one brewing. That's a free kick and advantage paid. McMahon on the left. Oh, pushed out was Darcy. Well, Thornton doesn't like it. He said he was staging, but the umpire
Just watch that.
otherwise.
Just the hands. The hands are in the back. Look, Darcy.
He made it look good.
It was a big dive from Luke Darcy, but the hands were in the back, and that's all that matters in the end.
So it was the swan dive, that one.
While all that's happened, Nathan Brown's been brought back on, and Wiggins is on the interchange, desperately waiting to get on to have another crack at him. Wayne Britton will have to make the move. He's doing it now, taking Doring off.
21 goals this season to Luke Darcy. In fact, 21 goals, 7. So he's been accurate in front of goals, and this is no exception. Fifth goal for the Western Bulldogs, courtesy of Luke Darcy, and a free kick. It's 11-5, playing 5 goals 3 as we near half-time at Colonial Stadium.
Well, you can just see the hands in the back there, so yeah, technically it's a free kick. It's the sort of quarter that the Bulldogs needed. They've kicked 4 goals, Carlton's kicked 2, and after being so far behind at quarter time, they just have to say, well, we've just got to work our way quarter by quarter by quarter to get back into a winning position.
Margin back to 38 points. The Bulldogs 4 goals to 2 in this second quarter. Chance tonight to create some history. Their biggest ever comeback was back in 1978, round 5. They trailed by 52 points. They trailed by 56 at the start of this quarter. Johnson now a chance inside 50 from 40, misses. Normally finishes so well. And as you can see, just 50-odd seconds remaining until half-time. That would have been a great goal just to go into the long break with.
Yeah, he kicked that 9 out of 10. He'd be terribly disappointed with that, but good play by Murphy to set him up with a really good, unselfish handball.
And that comeback, Steve, you might be interested to know, in 1978, round 5 was against the Bombers.
As the Blues bring it back into play, they lead by 37 points at the moment. So tad over 6 goals. They'll be happy with that at half-time. We're wrestling off the ball. Umpire has paid the free kick. Darcy's not happy. Don't get reported for abusing the umpire, Luke. Might cost you a Brownlow. And Corey McKernan is the recipient of the free kick. 4 goals, 1 to Corey McKernan. All those 4 goals coming in the first quarter. Kick's not all that flash, and it's marked by Brad.
There's only about 17 seconds left. They need to get it in quickly, the Doggies, if they're to get a goal just before half-time.
Ran short to Eagleton, but time will beat the Bulldogs. So, for the first half at least, it is Carlton well in control of this game. 11 goals, 5. Playing 5 goals, 4. The margin a very healthy 37 points. They led by 50 at quarter time. But still, Robert, they'll take 37 at half-time.
Oh, look, that's what they had to do, Steve. They had to, at quarter time, I'm sure Terry Wallace would have said, we won't turn this game around in a quarter of football. It'll take us 3 when you're that far behind. And they've started on the process. You know, they drew the Blues back a bit in that second quarter. Even though they're still 6 goals behind, there's some hope for them. And I think it's turned out to be a real surprise for everyone. Carlton players bunched up together. They've had a very, very good first half.
Tonight, Collingwood and St Kilda. The Saints are playing for pride, and the Pies for points. Sensational! Another battle of the G. Tonight, right here on Fox Footy Channel.
Get in. Hey, Gordy. Talk to me, okay? This is killing us, man. What are we going to do? Okay. Man, we've got to stay focused. Together. Yep. As a team. Come on, as a team. Come on!
Attention passengers, the train on platform 1 is now due to depart. Please stand clear. All aboard the night train.
Ride the tube with us this August. Make it your late night destination.
Spin my nipple nuts and send me to Alaska.
From 10:30 every night of the week, we're heading home to comedy. That's right, nothing serious past 10:30, and that's the way we like it.
I'll go and throw up. Attention passengers, our first stop should be approaching, sometime never.
Well, I just said she's a stupid old cow with a polar brass who's never had a shag in her life.
Next stop, the Raunchmeister in the ever-racy Kenny Everett television show.
We'll keep the show going till you get here. Tonight, we'll have a ball.
If your destination is stand-up comedy, then get ready.
Are you prepared for a group bladder incident, are you?
The stand-up show, and live at John Blur.
I don't give a rat's ass.
Our final stop is Coogan's Run, and we all know how good that is.
I know exactly what you mean.
Ooh. So ride the tube.
In August, right here on UK TV.
Weeknights. Matthew Campbell. Jason Bennett. Fox Footy News. The best footy news on the planet.
Just having a look at the Bulldogs lineup, see if there's any changes. I really can't pick any up. Chris Grant's still at centre half back, and they've got Bandy and Nathan Brown down in the goal square. They're the 2 players that need to give them a lift. Bandy hasn't had a kick in the first half. He's had 3 handballs, and Nathan Brown just had the 3 disposals himself. So they're 2 players who really need to give the Bulldogs a lift.
So we start this third quarter. It is Carlton 37 points in front of the Western Bulldogs. The Blues shooting for just their 3rd victory of season 2002. McKernan against Darcy. Darcy came over the top. To half forward, Dimatina, quick hands. To Burse, to the full forward area. Bandy has it knocked away. They'll have a throw in, about 35 out from the Dogs' goal.
Good spoil by Livingston. Franchina still going with Johnson. And Johnson had a pretty good first half, 14 disposals, leading possession getter for the Bulldogs.
Throw in, it's Bandy. Getting the front position against Thornton. Here's a chance for Darcy. Back to Bandy. To McMahon. Eagleton, left foot snap from 40's pretty good. Brown on the line, no. In fact, the ball stays in. And Lappin now is going to clear for Carlton.
Second bounce for Lappin. Third. Now needs to use it. In the end, put himself under some pressure. Sets Spawn a task. Well played by Prendergast. Just keeping the ball moving, the Blues. Houghton. Now Houlihan, who was great in the first half, drills the pass onto the chest of Cranage. Kicks inside, attacking 50. It's all Bulldogs. Dimatina, Bandy. Now loose player in the centre is Burse. He can burst. He kicks towards the leader, Brown.
Brilliant kick.
Wasn't it just absolutely superb from about 40 metres? And Brown, full-chested, hit the ball hard, and a chance to kick his second.
And Burrs breaking through that centre square. Just a terrific, hard, low kick. Wiggins couldn't do much about that. And Nathan Brown just needs to go back, settle down, and put it through the big sticks.
He's kicked 47 this season. This one doesn't come back. Now, is it a mark inside? It is. Mark taken by Darcy between the goal and point post. Now, the field umpire just conferring. Now, it is a point. It's through. So, behind are the Western Bulldogs. First score of the second half, 2.5 minutes in, third term. As we watch it again, Darcy takes the mark, but yes, well and truly, you would think behind, he does his utmost to keep it in.
Gee, you would have thought the goal umpire would have picked that up. Carlton have got McKernan after doing the initial ruck work. He's dropped back to the goal square. And Trent Hotton's the around-the-ground ruckman.
McKernan actually not looking all that flash at the moment. We'll speak about him in a moment. Could be a turnover. Here it is as Burrs for the Western Bulldogs. He's 50 metres out into the goal square, but no one home for the Doggies. The mark's taken for Carlton by Thornton to Franchina. So Christou needs a kind bounce and gets it. Back to Franchina. Carlton building nicely here to the 50. Cranage couldn't hang on to it. Smith. Darcy. Great tackle. Hotton. He's dispossessed. Grant. And we'll have a ball up 50 metres out from the Carlton goal. Well, Corey McKernan stuck in the goal square and he's favouring the knee. Doesn't look
He has
good at the moment.
A lot of knee injuries. Goes off in a lot of games. You know, you think that he's gone for a month or 6 weeks and then he appears the next week.
Bounce. Darcy works it wide. McMahon. Fletcher contest. Bounce on attacking 50 for the Blues. 6 goals the difference. The biggest margin of the match was 56 points in favour of Carlton after the Blues kicked the first goal of the second term, which took about 30 seconds. Hotton was interfered with, no free kicks. Lappin burst through. Can't get clear. Now a chance for Hotton. Just gives it up. Or Smith. Garlick backs him up. And gets to Darcy at half back. Now loose player in the centre. He ignores that. Kicks long instead to Johnson. Play on's the call. Dimatina, great pickup. Gets around Hickmott. Steadies from 45. Just floats it goalward and floats it through. Two goals to Paul Dimatina, and all of a sudden the margin back to 30 points.
And Dimatina kicked the goal, but it was Mitchell Hahn in the back line who put the tackle on Lappin. You'll see the kick by Dimatina. It is ugly off the boot, but it goes straight. He just doesn't make clean connection with the ball. Bit of a floater, and it goes through the middle. But all-important goal, the first one of the third term.
Bulldogs have kicked 5 of the last 6 goals.
They get to within 30 points. Back in the middle, Darcy again. Taps it goalward. McMahon through heavy traffic. Did it very nicely. Shows a lot of poise. And finishes with a quick kick to Johnson.
That's the worry. Johnson in the marking contest on Franchina. The other worry for Carlton is that Hotton did the centre bounce ruck work against Darcy. Now that's the first time that we haven't seen McKernan in for a centre bounce. Makes you think he's got some problems.
Well, there's a thumping kick when he connects Brad Johnson. Does this have enough on it? It's home. Here come the Bulldogs. Just 4 goals of difference now as they make their run.
Very good leap for a medium-sized player.
And a great finish. He's elated, Brad Johnson.
Corey McKernan up in the goal square, and he's not right. If he was, he'd be doing the centre bounce work now. As it is, Hotton will contest against Darcy, and you'd expect Darcy to beat him.
Houghton jumps early. Darcy wins it. Camporiali, brilliantly run down by Alvey to burst. No, Dimatina takes it from 50. Drop punt to the goal square, going back. Brown kicks a goal. Nathan Brown kicks his second. Just waited at the back of the pack. And what a remarkable recovery. Margin just 18 points. And the Bulldogs kicked 7 of the last 8. And the biggest deficit this year, 37 points to Melbourne, come back against the Lions at the Gabba. So this would be a remarkable victory if the Bulldogs could pull it off.
The 2 goals that Brown's kicked, he's been able to judge the flight of the ball better than Wiggins. Wiggins has gone forward, ball's gone over Wiggins' head. Brown's been able to read it to perfection and mark unopposed.
Well, they're 3-0 in the set of clearances this quarter, the Dogs, but here's one for Carlton. Beaumont badly needed one, it was too, but it's a Bulldogs mark. No, not paid.
Just desperate for Carlton to get the next goal. If they don't get the next goal, they are really going to be in a panic situation. Bulldogs have kicked how many of the last
7 of the last 8.
7 of the last 8. Yeah, they just can't afford to get another one against them, the Blues. Otherwise, their confidence will start to really fall away.
Smith, who's on for Carlton, in the ruck. Cranage got it to Eccles, to full forward area. Croft and McKernan wrestling. McKernan just does not look right at the moment. Very restricted in his movement.
Well, he can't even jog, let alone sprint.
Smith switches back to the Docklands side of the ground to Murphy, who has 4 bounces. Goes inboard to McMahon, back to Murphy, who keeps on running. Murphy now looking for Brown. Just couldn't take the diving mark. Dimatina's got a couple. Handball went to Christou. They're under the pump, the Blues at the moment. Can they respond? Murphy on the left. Good kick. He finds Hickmott on the wing.
Hickmott. He's got much to kick to.
No, he's stalling because he's only got Rowan Smith in front of him. He's waiting for teammates to come by.
Houlihan does. Eccles is used out wide at half forward. Kicks towards McKernan in the goal square. And it goes over. Now that's out on the full, off the boot of Corey McKernan, I thought.
I think Corey will come off soon. Carlton physiotherapist has been out there. The Carlton runner's been there.
Now the field umpire just lending the boundary umpire a hand there and just saying that it did go out on the full. Free kick. Croft kicks across the ground. Garlic. Blues player power short, ignores that. Kicks dangerously to Gilby. One-on-one contest. Camporiali did brilliantly, knocks it back. He gets it back. Camporiali to Houlihan. Now he can finish from 45. Drop punt. Offline.
Corey McKernan coming from the field. That is bad news for Carlton. He was the dominant player in the first half. As bad as it looks, I've seen this happen time and again this year. You know, you'd think he won't come back on, but he could.
Jared Waitley.
Yeah, they've been trying to get him off for about 9 minutes, quarters, but Corey wouldn't come. It's his right knee, and he got a knock on it virtually in the first minute, virtually in the first ruck contest, and headed down back and hobbled all the way down to full forward.
Alvey, quick hands to Dimatina, and likewise to Power. Good kick to the wing. This is Gilby. Bulldogs now full of running. Gilby, that's a magnificent kick from a standing start. That is great skill, and Murphy takes the mark.
And Stephen, that's been the trademark of the Bulldogs when they've played their best football. Their kicking skills, their field kicking skills have been first rate. Now they were just awful in the first quarter. They're starting to get it together now.
So Robert Murphy, who's been providing plenty of run in this term off half-back.
Should go back and have a shot. You know, he's got good skills, he's a good kick, he's certainly within kicking distance. He should just go back, settle down, have a go at it.
4 goals in his 17 matches this year. The 20-year-old, that's a good-looking kick. That's a superb goal. Well, believe it or not, there's just 13 points in it now. And we're not even at the halfway mark of the third quarter. This is extraordinary turnaround. The way the Bulldogs have played, they might win by a bit.
Well, let's not write the Blues right off, but it doesn't look good after that magnificent first quarter when Carlton came out. They kicked 9 goals, 3. It's just been all Bulldogs and 4 goals to 0 in this third term.
Corey McKernan receiving treatment. He received it in the ruck contest, and this is where it happened. And it looks like he got a corky just above the knee from Darcy.
Or it might have just been where he's landed with his left knee there.
Smith in the ruck for Carlton.
Won by Darcy, sending them forward again. Albie can't control Fletcher. Hickmott, little fumble, gives the Bulldogs a chance. Garlick weaving. Kick straight up in the air. Play on's the call. Smith, well played, he thumps it forward. Look out, collision. Dimitita did brilliantly. Got the ball first, then worried about getting out of trouble. He gives it up though. Chance for Eccles. Short, brilliant. Maxfield's marked directly in front, 35 metres from goal.
And that's the beauty of Andrew Eccles. Got the footy under pressure, was composed, just dropped it on the boot and let it run into the path, float into the path of Mansfield. Now this bloke wouldn't be too confident lining up. He tends to spray them a bit.
4 goals this season, Michael Mansfield. Former All-Australian. Drop punt is close. He's missed. Gee. Carlton desperately needed that.
Well, they did, and Eccles set it up for him. And Mansfield, in his prime, was an All-Australian half-forward playing for Geelong. Now, that's going back, 7-8 years ago.
Yep, twice an All-Australian, Mansfield. So the kick-in just comes off.
In the player rankings, Luke Darcy's gone up to number 1.
Alvey short to Murphy, to Burse. To the wing, Grant from behind did it very nicely. There's a whistle on play here and it's going against Grant. And Beaumont's getting it with a free kick for Carlton. Too high.
It was a clever hit across by Grant, but he had the other hand on the shoulder.
Darcy stood his ground in front, got it down to Dimitita, back to Darcy. Now Grant, what can he do with the football? He can kick it to Johnson. Take the mark. Grant follows up his kick. Good tackle by Franchina. And another throw in. So 14 minutes have gone in the third term.
Marks inside 50. See how Carlton dominated in the first quarter, 6, and this quarter 4-1 in favour of the Bulldogs.
And Darcy really dominating the ruck at the moment. This is 14 points, the halfway mark of the third quarter in favour of Carlton. Houlihan dragged off the ball. No free kick. To Burse. Kicks a high ball. Brown's underneath it. Regained his footing very quickly. And the left foot snap is hit the post. Gee, great recovery from Brown. But just couldn't finish it off, hitting the post. Now there's Corey McKernan. It's a battled scar knee if ever I've seen one.
Yeah, there's certainly plenty of scars in it. Would have been a freak goal. And he got it, but Dimitita's one Bulldogs player who's really lifted in this third term.
Kick comes in at Cranage. Here's a good look of what Cranage has before him. Beaumont, the start of the game, full forward and kicked 2 goals in that opening goal called a spree by the Blues, which they kicked 9. They've just kicked 2 since quarter time. Livingston pumps it long. Grant in good position. Ball almost took the mark. Camporiali, well tackled by Gian Siracusa. And a baller.
Let's go to Jared Waitley. More bad news for the Blues.
Yeah, quarters Adrian Hickmott's just hobbled off. I think it's his right leg. The doctor's having a bit of a look at him now and just finding out what's wrong, but he was hobbling around for about 90 seconds before he came off, so we'll just wait and see.
Michael Mansfield, as you can see, he's playing at full forward. He's been told to play deep. He's almost in with the crowd.
In the first row, Bandy, Camporiali, Eccles. Arguably been the Blues' best, apart from McKernan. Possession number 17. He pumps it long. Mansfield a chance in from the side. Smith takes a spectacular mark. No, it's not paid. Chance for Beaumont. Setties and kicks across the face. And this is everything. Gee, that was a spectacular leap. I thought for a moment he had pretty good purchase on the football. But
not quite on the way down.
It's close. Blues need a goal. Bandy couldn't take it. Well, handball from Powers. Astray. Plunkett. Lappin. Dimartino's been good in this quarter. Prendergast, where will he go? He goes straight. Gives it up to McMahon. Hahn. They've got some runs through the midfield, the Bulldogs. Bandy runs to assist, provides the Shepherd. Hahn drives it long inside, attacking 50. Brown at the back. Franchina does well. Camporeale to Wiggins. And the Blues out of trouble for the moment.
Christou to the wing.
Good kick.
Kranich.
It's where they're breaking down once they get to the half-forward line.
Murphy, they're trying to manufacture something. Kranich got the football back, puts it inside 50. Brand takes the jabber.
Just haven't got a forward now with McKernan off the ground. They just haven't got a dominant forward to go to.
Kretiuk rebounds the ball from defensive 50. Good courage shown by Smith, who stood his ground, and he ends up with the football. Short, just the 15.
Yeah,
and he hits Johnson on the chest.
Another mark inside 50. Oh, that's a lazy kick.
Darcy, no mark. Here's a chance for Brown. He loves these. Brown's got 3. The Bulldogs are running all over the top of Carlton. They're still behind, but you just get the feeling that they're the team in control. 73 now plays 66. Nathan Brown has got 3 goals too so far this evening.
Oh, he's a rare talent, Nathan Brown. He is just a wonderful talent. And the kick of Brad Johnson's, I just couldn't work it out. It was a wobbly old punt. I don't know whether he tried to kick a big torpedo or not.
The Bulldogs have kicked 9 of the last 10. Last goal of the Blues midway through the second term. They kicked 9 in the opening quarter, just 2 since. And they've got some injury problems as well. Bandy decisively to Hahn, tries to crash his way through, can't bounce.
Well, Terry Wallace realises for the last quarter he needs to give Darcy a bit of a spell. Darcy's gone into the forward line. Bandy will do the ruck work. Spawn and Fletcher walking the boundary for the Blues. Both of them started the game particularly well. Darcy's pushed up.
Big responsibility for Lindsay Smith. Carry this ruck with McKernan off the ground. Bandy again decisively. Alvey, pressure from During. Thornton, he's been pretty good. Smith pumps it out wide. Beaumont going back with the flight. Good mark. This is where they're falling down. Chips to Eccles and gets there. Well played by Beaumont and also Andrew Eccles, who comes up for possession number 18. That was his 4th mark.
Yep.
And he's been a very good player.
Has been good for him. And you know, Michael, this week in the lead up to this game, Carlton had 24 players to select their side from, such is their injury situation. If McKernan can't play next week, Hickmott, let's say he's out, well, they've just got the bare minimum to put a side together for the last round.
Amazing. He kicked 2 goals last week, Andrew Eccles. They were the only 2 that he's kicked this season. Played his 50th game last week, of course, most of those, 41 for the Crows. Comes in deliberately. Across the face. Houghton, can he soccer it through? He can! Goal to Carlton. So Trent Houghton breaks a run of 6 consecutive Western Bulldogs goals, and the margin edges back out to 13 points.
And the Eccles kick, only kicked it about 40 metres. Big pack flew for it. Plenty of Bulldogs there, but Houghton in the right spot at the right time, able to dribble it through on the left boot.
And let's have a look at the little soccer goal from Trent Houghton on the goal line, and a much needed goal to the Blues, breaking a run of 6 consecutive goals for the Bulldogs.
49th career goal to Houghton. Hahn dispossessed. During to half forward. Mansfield on the slide. Good tackle. Ball up. There's Hickmott, who injured himself in this quarter. This is the incident. As from the ruck clearance, the Bulldogs go into attack. Johnson again. Plays on to Hargrave. He wants to give it back. He does now. Johnson short to Brown.
They do that well. Just chip it to each other. And the beauty of a mark inside the forward 50 is that the player who's got it, like Brown at the moment, you just go back, take your time, have a shot for goal.
Well, Brown's got 49 goals for the season, and it's very rare that a small forward can notch up 50 for a year. And there it is. Great achievement by Nathan Brown, 50th goal for the season. 12-7 plays, 11-6, 7 points the difference. 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
And good play here by Brad Johnson. Again, doesn't blaze away, just a little chip pass. He knows the importance. If it can be marked, you go back, settle yourself down, have a shot for goal. And we spoke about Nathan Brown at half-time. He'd only had 3 disposals. Well, he's had 3 goals in this third term to get the Bullies right back into it.
The Carlton box, and some concern on the faces of the coaching staff. Margin back to 7 points. Murphy out of the centre. During, little slip, was pushed in the back.
Gee, they slip on that patch of turf a lot.
Well played by During. Just plays on, pumps it long inside, attacking 50. Mansfield was pushed.
Hands in the back.
And Michael Mansfield, a chance from 30 metres, as good as directly in front. Now, he missed an opportunity earlier in the quarter. As we look at it again, Murphy, yep, just hands in the back.
Just can't do that. He'll be as nervous as could be, this veteran, because he knows his goal kicking's gone right off in recent years.
Must kick goal for the Blues. Must kick goal. Take 2. And good play from Mansfield, because he wasn't quite sure, I don't think, how much room Murphy had. So he just clarifies it with the umpire. Comes in again and squeezes it through. Goal to the Blues. So Carlton have the quick reply. Margin back out to 13 points, so they keep their noses in front 25 minutes into this third quarter.
Yes, and Robert Murphy, it's something that he'll learn, because there was no need to do that. Mansfield was already under the ball. He's just got to keep his hands clear of the back. And Michael Mansfield had breathed a sigh of relief seeing that one slip through. He's just about back in the crowd again. So deep is he in the forward line. Wonder how Big Jack's breathing.
13 points in favour of the Blues as we near three-quarter time. Murphy has had a good night. Eagleton puts the Dogs into attack. Johnson, the front posse. Beautifully done by Franchina. Carlton clear. It was Livingston. And there's the spoil. Just well, he hit the footy.
Great spoil.
Could have got 2 weeks if he missed. So it's a throw in, 55 out from the Bulldogs' goal. Can they pinch one before three-quarter time? Darcy's had an outstanding night, 14 disposals. And he's dominating the ruck as we have a ball up.
Nathan Brown's got a new opponent, Livingston, much bigger than him. He played for most of the first 3 quarters on Wiggins, but he got those 3 goals in the last 15 or 16 minutes. A change had to be made.
Darcy pumps it back inside, attacking 50. Johnson almost a clever one-hander. Brown, can he kick his 4th of the quarter? He can. Inspiring stuff from Nathan Brown. He's kicked 5 now, 4 in this third quarter. And he has set the Bulldogs alight. And the margin back to 7 points, 27 minutes in.
He'd be particularly happy with this one because he kicks it with his right foot, which isn't his natural boot. So talented is he. Just drops it on and hooks it across. Yeah, that'd give him special pleasure. He enjoys it. I'm not sure that the big opponent will suit him because, it will suit him because he's just so nimble and quick.
As Darcy thumps it back inside the Dogs 50. Johnson has been damaging. He's now got 20 disposals. And we'll have a ball up, 55 out for the Bulldogs goal. So 2 minutes left in the third term. Carlton now lead by just 7 points. Opening minute of the second term, they led by 56. Houlihan being quieter this quarter. He's had a few mates. Eagleton. Can he trap it? Taps it on. Hard back to Eagleton. Garlic. Now he's caught. Umpire waving the arms. Play on During.
Oh, gee.
Didn't come off. Yes, it did. Houghton's got it. He's got Murphy out wide. Here's a build-up for the Blues. Murphy has plenty of time to measure the kick. He goes to the pocket and finds Lappin. So Lappin plays on. Oh, good running by Plunkett. Can he get there? He's got it, Jimmy. He swings onto the right. He goes backwards. It's no mark to Prendergast. They've mucked it up, the Blues.
Good play, Grant.
Oh, it's a costly one, this one. As the Bulldogs run the ball out from defence. McMahon to half forward and finds Darcy.
Chance for a rebound goal close to three-quarter time. Darcy dumps it long. Brown in front. This coming from Beaumont. Franchina at ground level.
Nathan Brown has a new opponent. Simon Beaumont's been moved onto him. Just too quick and agile for Livingston.
He didn't have much of a chance, Luke. Livingston was only there for about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Bounce just 35 metres from the Western Bulldog goal. And that last passage of play, Justin Murphy perhaps would have been better advised to steady, run to 40 and kick a goal. He had no one in front of him. Benny, During, this time he handballs. Murphy, pull a hand under the pump. Kick towards the wing. Lappin, clever. Houghton, now During, needs to use it, and he does. Mansfield, oh, pretty. Siren for three-quarter time. And what a great comeback by the Western Bulldogs in that third term. They kicked the total of 7 goals. 7 goals to 2, and at three-quarter time, trailed by just 7 points, Rob, after they trailed by 56 early in the second term.
Yes, they made up 30 points in that third quarter. And it's something that we said at quarter time, that Terry Wallace would say to his players, you can win the game, but it'll take quarter by quarter by quarter to do that. Their confidence is up. Outscored the Blues by 30 points. Nathan Brown up forward. Sensational.
So at three-quarter time, it's Carlton by 7 points. Brown has got 5 for the Dogs. McKernan 4 for Carlton.
When the weekend's over, win, lose or draw, the place to see how your team fared is on The Winners.
Welcome to The Winners, where you give us 60 minutes and we give you the weekend in AFL.
We wanted it pretty badly against the opposition.
A 7-goal second quarter set the game up for us, I thought.
Join Clinton Drivers for every winning kick, mark and goal of the round. The Winners, tonight at 7:30.
On the hour, every hour, Australia's Sky News. Sky News delivers complete, immediate coverage of news as it happens, whatever it takes. Terry Willesee hosts Talkback TV on Willesee across Australia. Sky Business Report with David Koch, delivering more Australian business and finance than ever before. Exclusive to Sky News, Australia's most comprehensive lineup of programs that take you beyond the news of the day. When you're watching Sky News, you're watching the world through Australian eyes. Across Australia, on the hour, every hour, Sky News.
Now's
the time to upgrade to Fox Footy Channel for 2003. Call 131-999 and not only will you save $80 with our advance pass, you'll get the rest of this season free. Plus, Foxtel subscribers who upgrade by September 15 will be in the running to win 3 box seats at this year's AFL Grand Final. Now that's something to shout about. So give us a yell now on 131-999.
Well, one of the worries for Carlton is that their 2 leading goal kickers, McKernan...
He's off again, Robert.
McKernan and Beaumont. You've got McKernan sitting on the bench, and Beaumont, who's kicked a couple of goals, he's been forced to go to the full back line to play on Nathan Brown. So they haven't got any dominant forwards up in that forward line. In fact, they've got Wiggins, Houghton, Hickmott, Lappin, Plunkett, and you just wonder where Thornton. You just wonder where the goals will come from.
So we start this final quarter, Carlton in front by 7 points. But they've only kicked 4 goals since quarter time to the Bulldogs 11. Crediuk at half back, can't hang on to the mark. Fletcher to Spawn. Inside 50, the kick's good. And taking the mark for Carlton is Simon Wiggins.
Just showed plenty of pace there, Steve, and he had to mind Brown, who was on the lead in that last quarter. Well, he gets a little bit back himself here, and 2 youngsters there. That's heartening for the Blues. Spawn to Wiggins.
Just 19 years of age. He's kicked 5 goals this season and 8 in his career. Simon Wiggins starts that one left, and it stays left. Carlton by 8 points in the opening minute of the final term.
Murphy kicked a great goal in the 3rd quarter. Robert Murphy, one of the young guns in this Western Bulldog outfit. Kicked to half-back. Lappin, where will he go? Smith just pops it onto the boot. Kicks it towards the goal square. Bulldogs there in number. Effect to spoil. Wiggins made a contest. Boundary throwing deep in the Carlton forward pocket.
Up the other end of the ground. There's Johnson at centre-half forward on Franchina. Just gives you an idea of the enormous amount of space that Terry Wallace provides for Johnson.
Houghton in front, gets it down. Croft, crashes his way through. Well played, Matthew Croft. Uses Dimartino, was outstanding in the 3rd term. Power, decided, eventually gets it to Eagleton. Grant, sweeping, probing handball into the path of Hahn. Pumping kick inside, attacking 50. Bandy at the back. Chance for Livingston, and he cleverly works it to the line. So great passage of play by the Western Bulldogs.
At that passage of play, Michael, we saw it come from half-back, go through midfield, wing to half-forward, and they were able to run forward and carry the ball because that half-forward area is, well, sparsely populated because Johnson's the only one there, and it just means that the Bulldogs can run and carry it forward without Carlton defenders coming at them.
Bandy, Garlick, left foot snap. Just misses. Margin 7 points.
So Corey McKernan looks a guide for the rest of the night with that strapping on his knee. Let's just hope it's nothing serious. Cambriali goes short. Livingston with the football. Forced to go pretty short once again. Comes off to Beaumont. So Beaumont on the left. He's found a loose man at half-back. It's Fletcher, who drills it long. Prendergast with Grant, and Grant just too experienced and too strong.
Strength one out. Yep. He's ending up playing a pretty good game, Chris Grant, across half-back. This will be good for him.
13 disposals, 6 marks for Grant. Hargrave to the wing and finds Garlick. Simon Garlick goes long. Darcy sets himself from the side, fisted away by Smith to During. Squeezes one out to Spawn. Spawn, now that's a good spot up. Blues can move here. Prendergast to the 50. Wiggins and Crediuk. Lappin Attacking it was Plunkett. Now Wiggins again to Plunkett. Clever to Lappin. Here's a chance for Carlton. Lappin on the left to full forward. Croft gets out in front of Houghton and takes the diving run.
Just read that. A little bit better than Trent Houghton. Matthew Croft sensed the kick was going to drop in short. Dimatina, Hargrave. Smith loose in the centre. Gets around Murphy. The bounce. Shows some great acceleration. Pumps it long inside attacking 50. Fist again from Livingston. Well played. Beaumont the fall. End-to-end stuff at the moment. Prendergast. Sweeping handball is okay. Smith. Drills a low pass. Houghton. Blues need to kick a goal just to give us some breathing space. Kick into the lead. Wiggins has marked. He's really provided with a strong option up forward in the early part of this final quarter. He's played the last few weeks in the defensive half, but he's one of the real young finds of the Carlton season.
Yes, of all the Carlton youngsters, and they've played plenty of them this year, Wiggins and Spawn are the two who they think will be, well, 150, 200 game players.
Wiggins from 45. He's kicked it. So the Blues, a very timely goal, margin back out to 13 points, 5 minutes into this final term.
Yeah, so we've seen him lead out twice in this quarter, and he's very, very quick. Missed the first one just by a fraction, able to make sure he got this second one, but up forward the Blues haven't got many tall options. Prendergast and Houghton at times are across that half-forward line.
"13 points in favour of Carlton. As it goes down the middle again, Darcy with strength.
Does that a lot, doesn't he? Clears his own ball.
Yep, another hard ball get for him. Inside 50, Johnson's got to beat two. Little clever soccer was good to Gilby. Back to Johnson. Brown comes into the picture. He's tackled by Beaumont. He also plays a bit of soccer. It came off too to Camberry-Ali at half back, to the wing, to Plunkett. Last couple of minutes, Carlton looked a little bit better as Plunkett goes long for Lappin. Coming across as Grant. It's mark number 7 for the Bulldogs skipper. Short. Back to Darcy. He's also racking up the stats now. It says 18 touches and 4 marks for him. And he finds Bandy. Had just the 1 kick this evening.
And just 2 marks. Tapered off a bit towards the end of the season, Daniel Bandy, after a terrific start to it.
Hoisted high to half forward. Houghton with the sit. Takes a good relieving mark. Fletcher at centre half back. It's got too much on offer. He just squeezes it out wide to Prendergast. No tall marking options at all for the Blues. Lappin and Plunkett, the best they can muster at the moment. Hickmott now provides an option. Driving kick towards half forward in front. Good mark taken by Power. Just no height across half forward for the Blues. It was evident there. Switch of play.
Just his 5th game, Power.
Gilby takes them on. Well played. Penetrating kick inside, attacking 50 at the back. Giansiracusa and Johnson. Chance still for Giansiracusa. Johnson off the ground, misses. Even 2 goals now in favour of the Blues.
Christou brings it back into play.
Just playing very much possession football, the Blues. I guess the idea is that just denies the Bulldogs the ball, slowed the tempo down a bit.
To half back. And we have a throw in. To see Alvey warming up on the bench. He's got the blue boots. So they're starting to creep back in, Rob.
The blue boots. He's got the fresh legs, Stephen, and that's one good thing. He'd be ready to run, certainly run hard in the last 20 minutes of the game.
23,000 people here tonight, which is a reasonable crowd, given the fact both teams can't make the finals. Houlihan heads back towards the boundary. Kept in by Hahn. Dimatina caught behind Murphy, but he won the football. Onto the left, hurried kick. Inside 50, backing back is Bandy.
It's good mark. Good mark, had to run with the flight of it. He didn't know what was coming in the opposite direction. Hasn't had a great night, Daniel Bandy. Good effort by Dimatina. And you see Bandy going back. Nathan Brown's done well to put a bit of push and shove on Beaumont, prevent Beaumont from getting off the ground to get a fist on that ball.
Fourth in the AFL this season in marks, Daniel Bandy. He's kicked 30 goals. As Robert said, he's been very quiet tonight, but here's his chance. Hits the post. So behind to Daniel Bandy. We've been going 10 minutes in this final term, and it's Carlton 92, the Bulldogs 81. 11 points in favour of Carlton.
Bulldogs just made a couple of changes. Elvion, also Penny.
Bristow at full-back.
Might be time for Penny to come on, Michael, because they just haven't got a marking target in the goal square.
During. Chips to Camporeale.
Just been relying on Johnson and Brown to get it on the lead. It hasn't worked in the first 10 minutes of the final term.
Transfers play dangerously, Christo. Marks. Now he's got a couple of players on the other side of the ground. He uses them. Livingston. Kick out wide. Houlihan and Spawn. Spawn cleverly controls it. Houlihan just arcs the back at the right time. Kick to a vacant half-forward line. The only player there, Franchina. Franchina wastes no time. Thumping kick inside, attacking 50. Wiggins up. Mark taken by Darcy. Read the ball better than anyone else in that pack. Murphy. Kick to half-back. Power. Handball to Grant. Kick out wide. Johnson, who's run very hard tonight. Slipped over. Camporeale held him up very well.
Well, I thought he was going to be pinged there.
Steve Crediel there, nursing his right shoulder.
Just his footing goes from him there.
Smith over the back. Great ruck win that to Plunkett. Oh, he's brought down by Hahn. That was a great tackle. Power. Alvey can't control it. Hickmott. They tie it up. Or do they? No, it comes out to McMahon. Little fumble. Garlic just pumps it inside, attacking 50 in front. Penny. Has he taken it?
Free kick.
Free kick to Johnson, who kicks the goal, but it must come back.
It'll come back.
And Rob, you suggested about a minute and a half ago that perhaps Penny would be an option up forward.
He should be a coach.
Been there, done that.
Ever tried it?
I just reckon they needed to get a taller option up there. They'd taken it into their forward 50 plenty of times, but without success with Brown and Johnson, the smaller players, they needed to get a tall option there. Just changed the mix a little bit, and this big fella's just come on. His first contest, almost took the mark, got the free kick.
Just kicked a 1 goal this year, Luke Penny. From 25 metres, he pops it through. Margin back to 5 points in favour of the Blues. So the Carlton side now just 5 points in front. We've played 13 minutes final term. The Blues have had some heartbreaking losses this year, Rob. The one against Geelong springs to mind, but this would be another catastrophic loss for them.
Well, it would be, particularly when they were so far in front at quarter time. Umpire let the players battle that out in that scrimmage. We thought they'd have a bounce down, but finally it emerged with the Bulldogs. And Livingston over the shoulder of Penny.
Well, Carlton have led all night from go to the 13.5-minute mark now of the final term. If the Bulldogs get the next one, they've hit the lead. It's Carlton by 5 points. Croft at half-back for the Bulldogs. Doesn't panic. Finds Gilby, who goes to the wing and hits Darcy on the chest. So as we near the halfway mark of this final term, Darcy drills it long. Oh! Brown! Magnificent mark. I don't know how he hung on to it. He's mercurial.
I don't know how he got hands to it.
The pass was for Brad Johnson. I watched it, and this young fella came from behind at 1,000,000 miles per hour. And in the end, it hit him on the chest, and he just clung onto it.
Well, he's kicked 5. And that's where his tally remains. 5 goals, 3 this evening to Nathan Brown, and it's a 4-point ball game. That's just a terrific mark. 4 points in favour of Carlton as we reach the halfway mark of the final quarter.
Blues work it to half forward. Spawn, well played. He controlled an awkward football. Kick inside, attacking 50. Mark taken by Power. Now play onto the court. Cranage applies the pressure. Power stood up in the tackle. That was great play. Got to Hargrave. Concedes ground. Crediuk thought about going inside. Decided against it. Brown has made position on the wing.
Carlton just breaking down at half forward. In fact, in 15 minutes of play, they've only had one player get the ball in their forward 50, and that's Wiggins on 2 occasions.
Murphy to Alvey, pumps it long. Penny's got it again. Mark's been paid. The mark has been paid. It must come back. The goal was kicked. The umpire win correctly adjudicates that the mark was taken, therefore no advantage can be paid. And Luke Penny in a master stroke from Robert Walls. Chance to kick his 2nd goal of the final quarter. And for the first time tonight, put the Western Bulldogs in front. What a remarkable recovery. They trail by 56 points, 30 seconds into the 2nd quarter. We've now played 15 minutes final term. Penny comes in. Gee, what a build-up. He's missed it. Oh, gee. I was getting all excited there for a moment. Not that I'm wishing the Blues to succumb, but gee, what a comeback it has been for the Western Bulldogs.
Just think the Blues have to be a little bit bolder in the way that they're playing. They're just playing, keep possession of it, deny the Bulldogs the ball, but they're not attacking much themselves.
The Bulldogs lock it up at half forward. They trail by just 3 points.
And it's at this stage that players like Murphy and Camporeale, Hickmott, the experienced ones, there's not many of them out there, but they just have to show them the way. Back themselves, run with the ball, carry it, draw the opposition. Just don't go backwards and sideways with it. You know, they've got to do more than that. They've got to kick goals.
Smith won that one against Darcy. McMahon. Murphy couldn't pick it up. Bandy slung out of the way. Good hands by Spawn to Camporeale. Little chip kick. He was looking for Wiggins, but Crediuk was up to the task. Well played. Good kick to Darcy. Darcy now is on his wrong side. He'll try and get on the left. He got past Smith, but he couldn't get past During. Play on, says the umpire. Darcy has a fresh airy. Fletcher quick hands over the top to Houlihan. Here's a chance now for the Blues to half forward to Lappin. Too much on the kick for him. And over the line it goes for a throw in. Half forward flank. Carlton into attack. They lead by 3 points. 7.5 left in the game.
And just a couple of times there, the Blues kicking short to one-on-one contests when they're better advised kicking 50 metres to a one-on-one contest.
They've just got to have it in their mind to kick another 2 or 3 goals, not to just stop the Bulldogs from kicking goals. You know, be attacking themselves.
Bandy, Garlic, quick hands. Gene Siracusa uses the ball, does he? Garlic, great sport coming from Christo, but he's given away a free kick. And that's one of those at this stage of the game, which is a bit soft. Kick inside, attacking 50. Grant.
He's run 100 metres to take that mark, Chris Grant. He's run from centre-half back, pushed through the centre square into the forward 50. And Garlic, good enough to be able to spot him with that short pass.
Well, he'll kick this from 45 metres. The angle is acute. You can see standing right almost in the first row, Chris Grant. But these situations, no one is expecting him to kick this, and he's just the sort of player that could. Comes in from 45, sets it up. It's close, but it misses to the near side. They're getting there slowly, the Bulldogs. Wasting opportunities. Margin back to 2 points.
They've kicked 1 goal 6 this quarter to 1 goal 1.
It's the closest they've been since the 2-minute mark of first quarter when Carlton kicked the first 2 lines of the match.
19 minutes into this final term, and only one Carlton player has had a possession in the forward 50. It's an amazing stat, and that's Wiggins. Twice he marked, kicked it behind, kicked a goal.
Well, they can't save the game now, Carlton. They've got to win it. During. Kicks good to the wing and finds Franchina. To Christou. He's got Murphy on in the middle, but he ignores him. He just hoofs it long. And it's come off, or does it? Kranich couldn't hang on to it. Still in play. Sold the dummy once. Couldn't get past Power. Play on, says the umpire.
Gee, he should have got a free kick there.
Got to be a free kick to Kranich.
Grant to Murphy. It's a brave kick. Will it come off? It won't. Fletcher to During. It's a good kick. It was absolutely weighted perfectly. And Prendergast from directly in front, 48 metres out, will give Carlton just a little bit of breathing space. They're in front by 2 points. This is an enormous kick coming up here for Prendergast. 21 years of age, no goals this season, 4 goals in his 17-game career. Ian Prendergast directly in front. Gets just a point. So it's Carlton 93, the Bulldogs are 90 as we near the 5-minute warning sign.
Robert Murphy at fullback. 17 possessions for him tonight. He's been a very good player. Just sets it up dangerously down the centre of the ground. All Carlton at the back. Thornton has been good. During. Kick partly smothered. Now a chance for Garlick. We just heard the 5-minute warning. Less than 5 minutes of actual game time left. Alvey runs beyond the wing. Kick inside, attacking 50. Gilby at the back almost. Chance now at the 4. Gilby. Soccer's goalward. Ball bouncing. Houlihan will be there. Get there first. Concedes it behind. The quarters. The first quarter, 31 minutes, 54 seconds. The second, 27 minutes. And the third, 29 minutes and 25 seconds. The ball must come back. So we've played 21 and a half minutes. We have less than 5 minutes of actual game time left.
Christou goes short to Beaumont. So they'll try and hang on here, the Blues. As I said, we thought they probably needed a goal to win it, but they're now in a situation, Robert, where they could hang on with a bit of luck.
And I think Terry Wallace would send the message out to the Bulldogs players, go one-on-one. Don't let your opponent get 10, 20, 30 metres off you, because Carlton will play possession. So you might just find that it's harder for the Carlton players to get a player out in a bit of space by himself.
Just needs to kick it long here, along the boundary line. Take no risks.
Murphy does just that. Big pack fly. Fall of the ball. Can Kranich get there? Penny got there first. Lappin. Hickmott, clever over the top to Houghton. Here's a chance for Carlton. Hickmott goes long into the path of Wiggins. Here's a chance for Houlihan. He's in the pocket. Can he thread it through? Oh, clever play! Unselfish and smart. And he goes back and he hits During on the chest directly in front. 15 metres out. This could be the sealer.
Well, what a good bit of play under pressure. Terrific bit of play under pressure by Houlihan. This is one of the best games I've seen Houlihan play for the Blues. Just angled it on the boot, put it out into that dangerous spot where During was.
Shouldn't miss from here, directly in front, 15 metres out. Carlton lead by 8 points. '99 plays 91. And well done to Ryan Houlihan. Good heads-up play.
Yeah, good play by Hickmott. Got that handball out into a bit of space to Houghton, who had the long kick in, almost a Wiggins mark. And you can see the young fella here, just very, very cool in the crisis.
What a game of football. What a comeback by the Western Bulldogs. They may still yet fall short. Darcy thumps it forward. McMahon was held. No free kick. Chance for the Blues. During, Murphy. Houlihan controlled the handball well. Kick out wide. Lappin and Hickmott down and throwing. 24 minutes, as you can see, played inside the final 5 minutes. First quarter went 31-54, the second 27, the third quarter 29 minutes, 25 seconds. So the Bulldogs can kick a goal here. They've still got time. Gilby, sweeping handball to Di Martino. Just pumps it long inside, attacking 50. Johnson, Christo, good mark, great mark. Under pressure, backing back into uncharted waters. Spawn, dangerous kick to Murphy. Just got there in time. Justin Murphy taking plenty of time.
Again, the Bulldogs, every Bulldog player should be alongside his direct opponent.
22nd possession coming up for Justin Murphy. He's taken 6 marks, kicked the goal. Been a good player for the Blues. Thumps it long. Big leap from Smith. Brilliantly taken off hands by Houlihan. Now a chance for Prendergast. His handball's a little bit too high for Lappin. Can the Bulldogs turn it over? Gian Syracuse, and now it's McMahon. He's got some zip and some pace. Second bounce. Kicks it low and hard. Bandy. Oh, he dropped what he should have taken. The Blues try and tie it up. Eagleton fighting hard, but the Blues do tie it up. Well, Bandy.
I mean, Bandy dropped the mark. It was coming at him like a bullet. It was probably harder than it looked because that ball was really, really troubling.
All the same token, it landed on his chest. He shouldn't have dropped it. McMahon off the ground. Burst on. Time running out for the Bulldogs. It's been a great comeback, but they still trail. Burst, Eagleton, carried forward in the tackle. Now a chance for Gilby. Loose players inside, attacking 50. Mark taken by Gian Syracuse. 40 metres from goal on a slight angle.
Gee, it was good play by Rowan Smith. Just a tap, just enough to get it out to Gilby, who in turn was able to get that short pass into Gian Syracuse.
Well, we don't know how much time is left, and he's taking. He's taking plenty of time. Gian Syracuse. He needs to get on with it pretty quickly because there's not much time left. You would think. This to bring the margin back to 2 points from 45 metres. He drills it. We've got a ball game. What a great goal from Daniel Gian Syracuse. Margin back to 2 points. We don't know how long is left in this match.
And let's have a look at Rowan Smith. You just see him tap the ball out at ground level. Number 5 for the Doggies. Here it comes. Clever little tap out to Gilby, who was able to straighten up and get that short pass in. All-important centre bounce. All-important centre bounce. Smith of Carlton's just got to give a strong contest against Darcy.
It's the Blues by 2 points. Haven't got a clue how long to go. I don't think it's much. Darcy got the tap. Murphy just manages to hold it up. And another ball up. Carlton by 2 points. They've only won 2 games for the year.
Bulldogs have only got 2 players in their forward 50, Brown and Johnson. All the others are out near the middle of the ground.
Thump forward for the Blues by Smith. There's Croft. Can he get some space? Got the handball out. Here come the Bulldogs. Here's a chance for Hahn. Can he get it out to Power? He can. Power the little dish to Smith, the half forward, and he finds Bandy. Got to get it moving quickly. There's the side. Too late. Carlton have won. And have a look at Jack. For the 3rd time this season, Carlton have won a football match. Christo celebrates his 150th. Corey McKernan, the sad side, but he helped set it up for the Blues. He kicked 4 in the first quarter.
They deserve it, the Blues. They've lost so many close games this year, and the spirit hasn't left them. And that's just fantastic to see the young players enjoying a win. Bulldogs will be disappointed that they let Carlton get away to a fly. In the end, it cost them dearly.
So 15-9-99 to 14-13-97. The Blues by just 2 points for their third victory of season 2002. And what a way for Ange Christie to celebrate his 150th game. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, and Wayne Britton, look at the smile on his face there. There's the coach and the president. They're both happy. Good on them.
Let's go down to Jared Waitley.
Well, Ange, what a way to celebrate a milestone.
Awesome, mate, awesome. First time I'll be singing the song this year, mate, so bloody ecstatic about it, yeah. Really
It hasn't been a great year, losing every week for you.
No, it hasn't, but it's been a memorable one, mate. Memorable game for me, and I'll never forget this moment.
Just banging back with the flight of the ball there, you just had to do something?
Yeah, just took a risk, mate, and paid off, so yeah, very happy.
Is it relief or excitement having been 56 points up?
Sigh, mate, a big sigh, so we knew they were going to come back, and we just kept at them.
And it given you a chance this week to reflect on your career, and it's a great effort to get here.
It is, mate. Let's hope there's just a couple more years too.
Ange Christie. Here's John Elliott when the siren sounded. No one's been under more pressure than Big Jack in the last couple of weeks. Not even the coach.
Today, Adelaide versus Richmond. The Crows are bouncing back from their showdown loss, but the Tigers are on fire.
Free goal! 5 to Richard! He invents them every week!
Today.
Get your weekly adrenaline rush with the ultimate snow adventures at the most spectacular locations in the world. Warren Miller Films, Wednesday night 8:30 on 1.
If you want the beat of today, you'll only find it on Channel V. This September, check out the new breed of rock music, a Metallica marathon, Nelly Furtado live, and don't miss the Kylie-thon. After a different beat, well, the beat goes on at Music Max. Get maxed out with Chris Isaac, Bruce Springsteen live in New York, the very best of Elton John, and relive Beatlemania. Whatever beat you move to, the only place to get it is this September on Channel V and Music Max.
Our grumpy old dogs have new tricks.
Woof, like that. That's how. As soon as you kick a goal, the coach takes you off.
Elaborate for me.
Didn't you see it coming, Stan? Now, I resigned before they got me.
And go, ooh. I'd probably become a grumpy old man a bit.
You can't beat them, so join them. Grumpy old men.
So for just the third time this season, Carlton have won a game of footy, and it was by 2 points against the Western Bulldogs, 15-9-99 to 14-13-97. Carlton led by 50 points at quarter time. The Bulldogs won the second quarter, they won the third quarter by 5 goals, and they also won the last quarter, but that margin, which got out to 56 points, Robert, in the opening minute of the second term, proved to be just enough.
Well, that's right. You would think if you won 3 quarters of football that you'd win the game, but not to be, because Carlton's start was just sensational, kicking 9 goals, 3.
Yeah, McKernan got all those 4 in the first quarter. Beaumont got a couple in the first quarter also, while the multiples for the Bulldogs. Brown was fantastic with 5. He's up to 51 for the season, and Gian Siracusa and Dimatina got 2
goals. About Lee or about the Roos?
About the Kangaroos. It's been a remarkable year for them.